The story of Rapunzel. Once upon a time, there lived a man and his wife in a cottage next to a great garden. The garden had all sorts of wonderful things growing in it, but it belonged to a powerful witch. The wife would look at the cabbages growing in the witch's garden and think how good it would be to have some. She begged her husband to get one for their dinner. The witch would be very angry, he said. Finally, he climbed into the witch's garden, but as soon as he had picked the ripest cabbage, the witch appeared. "How dare you enter my garden?" she demanded. He explained just how badly his wife wanted to try the cabbage. "Very well," she said at last, "but you must give me your child in return." "But we have none," said the man. "Soon you will," the witch said, "and I will come for it." A few months later, a beautiful baby girl was born to them, and they forgot completely about the witch and the promise. One morning, the witch appeared at the cottage door. "Give me your daughter," she demanded. They begged and pleaded, but it was no use. The witch took the baby. The witch named the baby Rapunzel. When Rapunzel grew up, the witch built her a high brick tower. Nobody could get in or out. Rapunzel had long golden hair, so long and strong that when the witch wanted to see Rapunzel at the top of the tower, she called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would loosen her hair and let the witch climb up. But most of the time, Rapunzel was alone in her high tower. Sometimes the birds would fly by the window, and from them Rapunzel learned to sing the sweetest songs. One day, as she was singing, a prince came riding by and saw Rapunzel at the window. The prince looked for a way to get in. He wondered how the beautiful girl got food or if other visitors came. He decided to stay and watch. Before too long, the witch came. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," she called. And the prince watched as she climbed all the way up. Now he waited again, this time for the witch to leave. After the witch went away, the prince called in a soft voice, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel let down her hair again. When the prince came in, Rapunzel couldn't believe her eyes. She'd never seen anybody but the witch before. Now a handsome young man stood before her. "I heard you singing, and I had to see you," said the prince. They talked for hours and hours and quickly fell in love. Before he left, the prince promised Rapunzel that he would come back every day when the witch wasn't there. But one day when the witch came, Rapunzel had made a terrible mistake. "It always hurts when you climb up my hair," she complained, "but the prince does it so lightly." The witch was furious. In a rage, she grabbed a big pair of scissors and cut off all of Rapunzel's beautiful hair. "Now let him try to come and see you," she said angrily. When the prince came, he tried to climb the tower wall. He fell down and hurt his eyes and couldn't see anything anymore. He wandered around in the forest trying to find his way back to Rapunzel. Rapunzel was sadder than ever. Her prince was gone, and even the witch hardly came to the tower anymore. Her only friends were the songbirds, whom she envied because they were free and they had each other for company. As Rapunzel watched the birds build their nests, she got an idea. Carefully, she cut the bed sheets and blankets into strips and wove them together. As the birds wove their twigs, and the witch had braided her hair when it was long and golden. Rapunzel tied one end of the cloth tightly to her bed. She lowered the other end out the window. Happily, she climbed down and felt the earth beneath her feet for the first time in many years. Now she could go and look for her prince. A long time passed, but Rapunzel never stopped looking. One morning she awoke feeling something good would happen. She sang along with the birds. Nearby, someone heard her singing. Someone who had been looking for her for a long time. "Sounds just like Rapunzel," cried the prince, for that's who it was, Rapunzel. "My prince!" called Rapunzel, rushing to where he sat beneath a big oak tree. But she realized he could not see, not her, not anything. "Oh, my prince!" Rapunzel cried. Her tears fell on his face, bathing his eyes. But that opened the prince's eyes, and he could see again. He kissed Rapunzel, and they both made their way back to the prince's kingdom.